The world famous Butch and Bob Show.
World famous Butch and Bob Show here on this wet Tuesday morning. Bob, another day of rain.
It's been wet the last couple of days.
Yes, sir. So we got some more rain today. As the day goes along, especially as we get the later afternoon, the weather will get better, and then tomorrow will be pretty decent. But it's coming down pretty good right now, and then slack off a little bit, and then supposed to come back again one more time. But by late this afternoon, we should be pretty decent. So hopefully they'll get that game in late this afternoon over there in Appling County. Yeah,
they're going to pick it up where it left off.
Now, is that the third game, or
that's the third?
That's the third and decisive game.
Yeah.
And the other team is up 4-0.
Right, 4-0 in the fourth inning.
Okay, well, let's see if the Pirates can pull it through. All right, but we have a special guest in the show this morning. Bob, who do we have here on the world famous Butch and Bob Show here on WIFO?
We've got Wayne County High School Principal Dr. Brett McDaniel in studio. A lot taking place in the next couple of weeks as they're winding it down. The graduation is set for the 24th of May at 7:30 JC Stadium. Let's start with the graduation. Always an exciting time. May 24, 7:30. First of all, how many seniors will be walking across that stage on that Friday night?
Right now we have approximately 300, and we got one or two that are on the borderline that possibly could get over the hump, so to speak. So right now I would say approximately 300, but it may be 302, 303.
It's a pretty big class.
It's going to be a pretty big class and a pretty big graduation, I would think. We got a lot of students recognized, and a lot of things that we recognize during the ceremony. So lots of groups of students that we recognize. So it'll be a good time and a great time for families and students to be recognized for their accomplishments, but a lot of pride for parents to see their kids out there on the field and get recognized for their accomplishments that they've done through the years while they're at Wayne County High School.
Always draws a great crowd. Hopefully good weather that evening. Is there a backup plan if there is bad weather? They just push it to the Saturday, or how's that work?
We'll start with Saturday morning. If it rains, we'll go to Saturday afternoon. If it rains, we'll go to Monday morning. If it rains, we'll go to Monday night.
It's going to be held outside no matter
what. We're gonna get it. Yes, sir. We're gonna get it in. We're gonna have it in the stadium. That seems to be the best venue and for all the folks involved. And we have both sides of the stadium are packed. The standing area is packed. Everywhere's packed. So I would say there's 4,000 or 5,000 people in attendance. So we want to give everybody the opportunity to see their kid walk across that stage and not try to give tickets out and pass it, have it in the gym and try to get those tickets passed out to parents only. And, if we have people that fly in and come in from all over the places to see those kids graduate, and we want to give them every opportunity to have them graduate on that field and, have the same experience that a lot of them had when they graduated. So, it's all about the heritage of, graduating from Wayne County High School. So we want to reward those kids with the same opportunity their parents had, and the parents and the grandparents to be able to see their kids walk across the stage at JC Stadium.
Right, and the two speakers will be the valedictorian and the salutatorian. I know Andy Peel is the valedictorian. The salutatorian is?
Elliot Wilson.
Okay, so they'll speak, and again, it's always a nice ceremony. Before that ceremony, on that night before the graduation, on Thursday night will be the scholarship night, May 23rd, and that takes place at the high school auditorium. Tell us about that. That's the night where they hand out all kinds of cash.
Yeah, and it's amazing
how much money they give out, but it gets bigger and bigger each and every year.
Yeah, our local community supports our Wayne County High School and its students, and through monetary donations, that's second to none, in my opinion. The amount of scholarships that we give out each year, I think there's going to be approximately 170 this year. I think last year's almost $800,000 that we gave out over the course of that night, and I don't see it being any less this year. So I'm sure it'll be just as much. But just the support from our community is unbelievable, that they give so generously to our students, at graduation time and during this ceremony. It's just amazing. It'll make you awestruck to think about the support that we get.
And that's on May 23rd, the night before graduation. That's by invitation only. Is that correct?
That is
the high school auditorium.
Yes, invitation only for the seniors that are receiving a scholarship.
And then another event taking place is this Thursday. It's CTAE night at 6 p.m. What is CTAE night?
That's where our career technical students receive their cords for graduation. So they have to take 3 courses in a pathway that during the course of the high school career, they take 3 courses and they pass all 3 courses, but also have to sit for a state approved exam that'll get them credentialed. So we felt like several years ago we created this ceremony because we felt like if kids had to do all this, make all the requirements, they needed to earn a cord for that. So that's the CTA cording ceremony. We do a lot of honors, a lot of honoring those students that night, and it's everybody from the valedictorian down to any student that general student. So it's for everybody, and we'll have. I think there's close to 220 kids receiving a CTA cord that night that have passed the 3 courses and the state recognized test, and that is an invitation-only event as well.
It's this Thursday at 6 p.m. Is that at the high school auditorium as well?
Correct, it is.
So 200-some kids on hand Thursday night for that ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's one more ceremony, the honor courting ceremony, scheduled for May 21st. What is the honor courting ceremony?
That ceremony used to be a part of the scholarship night, but we kind of separated it out. That's solely for our honor graduates. Our honor graduates are recognized for their accomplishments. Obviously, being an honor graduate at Wayne County High School holds a lot of merit, and we want to honor and recognize those students for making the GPA in the average, 90 or above, and recognize them for what they had done. And so we kind of separated those 2 ceremonies so that the Thursday night ceremony with all the scholarships wasn't quite as long. You remember years ago it used to be 2 or 3 hours long. So just gave another opportunity for parents to be involved with their students and to have those students recognized for their accomplishments, and for those that are academic minded and really press forward to keep a 90 or above average. That's a big accomplishment for 4 years of your career in the high school. So we wanted to recognize that. So we separated those 2 ceremonies to just bring a little bit more recognition to, a different level of students, different group of students, and we felt like it was merited. So that's something that we created probably 2 or 3 years ago, but it's worked out really well. It's not a long ceremony. It takes about an hour to get them through, and we have a student that does, the student body or the senior class elects to speak at that ceremony. So there'll be a senior class representative that they choose and vote on to speak that night at that ceremony, and we cord them and give them their honor cord. So just a neat ceremony.
I think it's really great that you have these ceremonies at the end of the year to recognize these students that have put in so much hard work through the 4 years they were there at Wayne County High School. They deserve the recognition, and it's good for them.
Right, and I think it's good for not only for them, but their parents and grandparents and the community at large. I mean, because, again, those people are the ones who support our high school day in and day out, and they need to see what good things we have going on at Wayne County High School and the accomplishments of our students, but also for our parents, and grandparents. It's speaking from a father who's about to graduate one himself.
Oh boy.
It's one of those opportunities you won't ever get back. So you want to take every opportunity to recognize your kid, but also it's a little prideful moment for a parent too to get to see your kid walk across the stage and receive an award or receive some recognition.
Yeah, definitely.
And if you're just joining us in the studios with us is Dr. Brett McDaniel, Wayne County High School principal, talking about the special events taking place in the next couple of weeks leading up to graduation. How many years has this been for you as the high school principal?
This will be number 6.
Number 6.
Mm-hmm.
Does it get any easier, or is it?
I don't know if it gets any easier. I don't think it gets any tougher. I don't think it gets any easier, but I don't think it gets any tougher. It's just all about servant leadership, I think. And, my job as principal, where I view it as, I'm here to help our teachers help our students. Our students come first, and our teachers are, phenomenal folks. They work hard day in and day out to put in the effort to get our students across the finish line to graduation. And they do put in a lot of tireless days, and sometimes it's a thankless job. But our teachers are our best asset, and our kids are our best asset. So my job, I think, is to really to help out and make it as easy as possible for them. So whatever I can do to help them be successful, then that's my mark of success. If we're successful, our kids are successful, our teachers are successful, then I think I've had a successful career. So to this point, it's been rewarding and been fulfilling. So I enjoy what I do.
You mentioned there's always that 2 or 3 students that you try to get over the finish line. I'm curious, when you find out they don't meet the finish line, who has the job of telling that student and parents that unfortunately you're not going to be able to walk great? I mean, that's got to be a tough job.
It is, but we have those conversations prior to the last day of school or the last few days of school, so they kind of know where they're standing before they get there, and they know they're working diligently to try to make it over the hump. So it's not a surprise type thing. We have those conversations early on. Our senior counselor speak with the student, and then we have that conversation at the end if it don't make it. And obviously for our graduation rate and graduation, we want kids to walk across the stage, but if they don't quite make it, we always have the summer school option to help them finish up if they don't get it. So we'll get their diploma in their hand one way or the other, and that's the most important thing is make sure they have that diploma when they leave Jesup and whatever their next adventure is after high school, that they have a diploma in their hand.
Did they get the diploma that night at JC Stadium? Did they go to the office after? When did they actually get the diploma?
They get the diploma. They actually just get a diploma cover that night. They come back on Thursday, May the 30th. We have diploma pickup from 1 to 3:30 p.m. In the Commons area, so they can come by and sign for it and make sure that that we give them their diploma. But we do have a designated time for them to come back and pick up diplomas versus the morning of. The night of, because sometimes in the excitement of the moment we are throwing hats and hugging people, we might tend to lose our diploma. We don't want them to lose that diploma. That's something to be prideful and take a lot of pride in. So we want to make sure we can put it in their hand.
So they get the cover, and then they come back the following Thursday on May 30th to the school and pick up the diploma they put inside the cover. Is that
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Okay, what was those hours on May 30th again?
1 to 3:30.
Okay.
And we'll go ahead and give the typical PSA about graduation decorum. When the kids are walking across the stage, wait till everybody walks across, and then. But I know that's falls on deaf ears.
It's deaf ears, Bob.
I understand.
We gave up on that years ago.
But most people abide by it, though.
Yeah.
Because it is it's the one time you get to hear your kid's name, and hopefully you get to hear it. But somebody's yelling about the other kids, so
right. And we want to keep it as dignified as possible, and I understand that everybody's excited about seeing their child go across the stage, and you put in 12, 13 years of getting kids up, getting them fed, getting them to school, getting them dressed, and getting them home, and getting homework done, and getting tests studied for, and you want to celebrate that moment with them. But there's 300 plus or minus graduates. Every parent deserves the right to hear their child's name called. So we do ask that we try to keep that to a minimum, clap or cheer, but at least try to keep it to a minimum so that the parent next to you or the parent behind you that's child's walking across the stage gets the opportunity to hear their child's name called as well. It's important for everybody to hear the child's name called all across that PA system in JC Stadium.
Right. Well, and another year winding down, and a lot of special ceremonies planned. We'll look forward to the graduation again. That's on May 24th at JC Stadium. Hopefully good weather. The last several years we've been fortunate.
Yeah.
There was one time the storm came through early that afternoon, but everything cleared out, so it worked out nice. And like I said, it always draws a great crowd. Yet, it's the aunts and uncles, grandparents coming in. So just always a full stadium at JC Stadium on that night, graduation.
Yeah, and we will have the live stream option for anybody that can't make it to the stadium. We will have the live stream option for graduation that night. So if you have someone who's sick or shut in or can't physically make it, we'll have it live streamed on a YouTube channel so that everybody can see it. We do want it. Like I said, it's a source of pride for grandparents and parents and all the relatives. So we want to make sure everybody gets a chance to see it one way or the other.
Another great tradition after the graduation's over, you let the parents and everybody down on the field take as many pictures as they want. That's always a nice part of the event as well.
Yep. It's part of the celebration.
That's part of the celebration. So you end up on the 24th. What is the first day of school in August?
Cool. August 7th, I believe is correct.
August 7th.
First day back. So.
Okay, August 7th. All right.
I do have one other thing I do like
Sure, right ahead, Brett.
would like to mention. We do have a senior parade, which is something a little different. We've done that last couple of years, but the seniors get to put on their cap and gown and go back to the elementary schools that they originally walked the halls in and walk through, and just let the younger students see what it means and what it is to wear that cap and gown and have that the black robe and cap on and walk through as a graduate, and it's a source of pride for our students, but also hopefully instills a little insight and a little initiative for our students that are coming up to want to get to that point where they can wear that cap and gown and graduate at Wayne County High School as well. So just a neat experience where seniors get to walk the halls of their elementary schools one more time before they leave.
Well, that's good.
Sounds great. Again, we'll continue to. Again, the event this week is the CTAE night. That's at 6 p.m. Thursday at the high school auditorium, and then a couple events next week with the awarding ceremony May 21st, the scholarship night May 23rd, and then graduation May 24th. So it's a pretty busy week next week.
Yep, you better put your running shoes on. Be a lot of action, a lot of time spent away from home the next 10 days, but it'll all be worth it as soon as we get to graduation. That it'll be part of building memories. I challenge our seniors and our students every day to build memories while you're here, and that's part of building the memory process. Is this next week and a half and graduation, because you only get to do it once.
That's for sure. I said, we wish the graduates all the best. Again, I know there's a lot of happy parents and grandparents out there to see their kid walk across that stadium. Always a nice night. Always done well at Wayne County High School. Special event. I guess the band will be there as well. Are they going to be there? There won't be there.
No, the band don't play. They haven't played for years.
I thought they used to have the band there to play that.
Oh, that was a long time ago. Long time ago. They do this. They do the music over the speaker system.
Yeah, the band haven't played since
I
I've
can't
been
even
here.
remember. Yeah, it's been so many years.
I know what I'm thinking. I thought the band was there.
A long time ago. That might have been last century, Bob.
I think he probably just gave the Hershey's a heart attack if they were listening.
Yeah, got all that going over the speaker system there with the processional coming in and the music afterwards as they walk out and around, and then to meet the parents. So
Correct.
Going to be a great night. Always a super night graduation at the high schools.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. Can't wait for it to get here. It's exciting times, exciting next week and a half.
Okay.
I appreciate you coming in. Always good to see you, and good luck with graduation.
Thank you much. Thank y'all for having me.
All right. Anything else, Bob? All right. Dr. Brett McDaniels, principal of Wayne County High School, our special guest here on the world-famous Butch and Bob Show here on WIFO FM Jesup, and it's brought to you by Oaquin and Associates, Murphy Builder Supply, Van's Barbecue, and First Southern Bank.